with this, being Graves' Disease Awareness Month, GDAM, and it occurs annually in July, I am so pleased to be sitting at the table with you guys, Miss Jannette, Miss Beatriz, and Mr. Jake, and all of whom also have Graves' disease and thyroid eye disease. And so we're gonna learn your stories today. So we're gonna talk about Ted and how we found Ted, but also how we got in control and what was life like once we got in control of him. And then also at the end, let's share some advice and tidbits of advice to let people know that it's not too late. It's not too late to get to learn more about TED. It's not too late to find a TED eye specialist, and it's not too late to get the care that you deserve and you need. Right. That works? Right. So welcome and thank you guys for being here, first of all.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. So you know what? I just want to jump right in. We talked about this being Graves' Disease Awareness Month, so let's just get started. And Miss B, you've had to make adjustments, with the flare-ups and all the things that you're dealing with. Just talk a little bit about that.
Well, one of the first things I'll say is I miss handstands and I miss shoulder stands and headstands, but inversions of any kind now, anytime that my head is below my waist, right? So right away, the pressure on the back of your eyes. When you're on an airplane, a lot of people don't necessarily recognize that with the air pressure changes, there are going to be changes in your issues around your eyes, and you're going to have more pain. And so understanding where you are, right, wherever that is, once you have that diagnosis, you can plan ahead, you can manage, you know what to expect. And it's critical to actually understand, okay, this is what I can do. This is what I can't do.
Right.
And a whole nother topic is acceptance.
Right. And like we said, but it's not too late. I'm going to keep saying that. It's not too late.
I bring another perspective to that, which is some people who are watching our conversation here may not know that it's too late or it's the right time, or they may not have a sense of time or where they are in that timeline. But it's not too late to actually step forward, take ownership of what's going on with you, and go push and push and push and advocate for yourself.
That's right, for yourself.
To get the answers. Right. Because not everyone, unfortunately, has the wonderful blessing you had.
I was lucky. I keep saying that I know God loves you, but I'm his favorite, right?
Okay, I like that.
So, anybody watching and saying, okay, but the highs is like this already. Remember, I was this chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? Get in there. The other thing that I learned is I move a complete different state. So now you have to reassemble your doctors. But not only take, the doctors will give you maybe a disc to take to the next doctor, but you have to go in. You have to say, hey, this is what I'm challenged with. This is my situation. And don't expect the doctors to read every notes that they get, because sometimes they're too busy. So you have to advocate for yourself in saying, hey, thyroid eye going on here, and this is what I really need you to check for to keep me in, and if you can't, because I had to tell a doctor that, you cannot help me, you need to send me on to somewhere else, and not just because you're billing me.
Yes.
You're not helping me.
And this is actually one of the things you and I have talked about in terms of what you have had to go through to be able to not just put together a care team, but educate them.
Yes.
Educate them.
You've had to do all the educating, because
when
frankly,
I was diagnosed, if you went on the internet, there were no support groups. There was just nothing.
And that's important, the support part. That's why I keep asking you guys about your support. People may not understand what you're going through, but they're to support you, because mentally and physically, this can take a toll on you. So I think we can all agree that, living with autoimmune diseases, like Graves' disease and thyroid eye disease, that's two. It takes its toll, and it takes a village, that support, Miss Jannette, I want to know who's in your village. Who is your village?
I have great friends.
Awesome.
I have some great people around me, and my sisters, friends in New York, friends all over, you know, and I'll call this one person and I said, hey, this is how I'm feeling today. And then she would say, all right, I know you're not feeling well, but can we look at it on a different side? And I'm like, girl, what side do you want me to look at it from?
All sides are crooked right now. Yeah, no.
And she's like, can you see? Yeah. So what's going on? Well, it's just that it's hitches right now, and it feels like my eyes is full of sand. And she was like, did you use your eye drop? And I'm like, yeah. Well, she just close your eyes. Just lay down, just close your eyes.
So you have that team around you that helps you. They may not understand everything that you're going through, but they're there for you.
Right.
And they give you that shoulder to lean on. I love it. What about you, Miss B?
Well, I'm very fortunate that there are 3 major anchors. The first one is myself. I'm at the center of that village, and I have to keep remembering I am there, and it's my responsibility to keep building those bricks and keeping myself surrounded. Family, and I don't mean just immediate family, but my mountain of Puerto Rican cousins.
There you go.
Many of them have other autoimmune diseases, and so we all uphold each other. And then the third, I would say, is also the care team is the part of the village. And for me, having had to change and grow like we all do, sometimes physicians retire, sometimes we move, sometimes insurance plans change, whatever it is, I have the right general practitioner. I have the right primary care physician. I have the right guy at the center of my care team, which is within my village. And again, it's my responsibility to sustain that village, right? People aren't going to automatically come to me to support me, right? But that's true of anyone and trying to. But in this particular case, because so few people know and understand, it's our responsibility to educate them, bring them along, and to really just say, okay, yes, maybe I need this part of my village today. Maybe I need someone I just have to cry, period.
So it's like that jigsaw puzzle, you know, sometimes you need the edges, you work the edges first, but you've got that team with you, which is always important. And it goes back to, I'm gonna keep saying, not too late. Not too late, whether you have a team already established or you're working on getting a team, you know, get those people that will be there for you. You talked about it, you know, Jake, before, even with your wife and everything. So give me the importance, because I always tell you people, you know your body better than the doctor you may see once or twice a year. What's the importance of self-advocacy, and can you give some advice to other people? I'll go back to you, Miss Beatriz. What advice can you give about self-advocacy to our listeners?
The most important thing that I always mention is ignore nothing. Capture everything. Talk to Siri, whatever it takes, whatever is happening to you at any given day. At what time am I having this pain?
Right, that's a good one.
At what time did I finally get to sleep last night, and how long did I sleep? And not just let a device tell you. Right. Write it down. Internalize it. Understand that it all starts with you. And so self-advocacy starts with self-information, right? And then you can start saying, you know what, I have to get a new optometrist. The first question I'm going to ask is, do you have other thyroid eye disease patients? The answer is no, thank you very much, goodbye. Just
how many do you see?
I don't want to be the first and only.
I use the notes function in my phone. If something goes on, I go to my notes and I speak, hey, this happened today. But,
I haven't figured that part out. I text myself, so But no, that's true. Any other advice, tidbits of advice that you would give for self-advocacy?
I was going to say it from a man's perspective. I think women are more in tune and more likely to go to the doctor than men.
Okay, I will. I think I'm going to agree with you on that one.
And Oh, nothing wrong with me. I can walk it off.
Right.
But I've learned to listen. And I find other men, I had a football coach, an NFL football coach called me, and he said, I said, you need help? Oh, I don't need help. Yeah, buddy, you do. You do. Because if you don't have people to help you, you're just going to spiral.
And that's denial.
Yeah, that's
because
denial.
You can get into
But
that where you can't move.
my self-advocacy is myself first, my care team. I moved from Florida to New York, so I had to commit a whole new care team like you did.
Just like I'm doing right now, yes.
Fortunately, my eye doctor in Miami, I have his number, I have his email.
There you go.
Mail him anytime, and he will answer something.
Nice.
And by the same token, he'll get men down there who have had stuff, and he'll have them call me.
That's cool.
And so that's part of it.
That's an important one.
My endo, the first time I met my endo in Rochester, I told her, I says, we're going to be a team, you and I.
That's right.
If we're not a team, don't waste my time.
Right.
Don't waste my time.
Amen.
I says, when you went to school, you got 15 minutes on Graves' disease. I've lived with it for 30 years.
I know that's right. We could sit here and talk all day. We really could.
All day.
And it's a needed conversation. I truly thank you guys for being here. And for those listeners, like we tell you, if you got Graves' disease, listen to your eyes. I just want to thank you guys first of all. For being here. Thank you for opening up. I mean, it takes a lot to open up and talk about some of the things that we've been going through. But I will say, there is somebody out there listening. And for you that are out there listening, it may not be you that is dealing with this, but I promise you're going to come in contact with somebody complaining of something that you've heard today, and maybe you can help save their quality of life. So basically, these are my, it's 4 on a relay. These are my relay team, members, and what we're doing is we're passing baton of knowledge, and helping somebody else so that they don't have to go through. I think you were talking about marathon versus sprint.
Right.
We've all lived a marathon. We're living this. This is a marathon. But I want, and our goal is to help others that are listening now get to the finish line first. We want you to be a sprinter. We want you to be under a doctor's care quickly. So I'm going to say, if you're looking for more information, definitely go to, if you can learn more about this, at focusonted.com. That's focusonted.com. And we want you to follow us. Listen to Your Eyes on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And that's how you're going to get information. Pass this around. Pass it around and just become a part of our community and help others get the quality of life that we so deserve. And I'll just end by saying thank you to all of you, and for everyone, be well.
Learn more at www.focusonted.com.